Hey everyone, welcome to an interesting episode of BioLogic Science News. When the sun sets and the sky gets dark, and you flip on your light switch to keep yourself illuminated as you go about your life, you probably don't give a second thought to the light coming out of your windows. This is something almost all of us do. It's something I do, because it just seems so benign. However, on a large scale, on an ecological scale, artificial lights from the suburbs and cities are disrupting local ecologies by confusing and repelling animals. The perpetual presence of artificial light throughout the nighttime has caused the night in some regions to be replaced by the pale yellow illumination of street lamps, car headlights, and the open windows of occupied rooms in houses and office buildings. A new study has recently been published, demonstrating that between 2012 and 2016, the outdoor area illuminated by an artificial light source increased by 2% globally per year. That may not seem like a lot, but it is. That's a rapid loss of areas with truly dark skies, which has many negative repercussions. For example, blue light wavelengths have a profound effect on melatonin, which in humans is a sleep-inducing hormone. This means that artificial light is messing with our sleep-wake cycles and giving us worse quality sleep. This is becoming an increasingly notorious problem, because people using their phones or their laptops right before they go to bed is really detrimental to our overall sleep quality, and it's having macroscopic, society-wide negative effects. As for animals, artificial light can confuse insects into thinking that it's still daytime, and this might interrupt any nocturnal behaviors that they might engage in. A recent study found that crop-pollinating insects are dramatically less effective when they're exposed to artificial nighttime illumination. And this clearly has downstream consequences, like poor crop yields and economic problems for the farmers. And if the problem becomes widespread enough, we might start talking about food shortages. This nocturnal disruption isn't limited to insects either. Birds are also confused and negatively influenced, as their migrations can be disrupted or thrown off course by light sources that they aren't expecting. They use the sun a lot to help them navigate, and if there's all of these heavy light sources during the night, it confuses. They don't know what time of day it is. They don't know where they're looking because they can't orient themselves in relation to the sun anymore. And it's not just animals that are affected either. The nighttime artificial light is messing with the photoperiods of nearby plants, who get confused as to the time of day and the time of year because this weird perpetual light signal messes with their natural hormonal signal that goes with the cycles of the sun. Among other issues, this can cause premature budding. In plant species where the timing of budding and flowering are critically important, this premature budding can be disastrous to the species' reproduction. The study used data taken from satellites imaging the Earth from orbit. They compared the brightness and geographic coverage of light in various countries over time to calculate how quickly we're spreading out the illumination. The researchers were expecting the brightness that they observed in large cities to decrease over time as people moved from sodium lights, rich in orange and red light, to LEDs, which are more energy efficient and emit more blue light. The researchers expected this decrease in brightness because the satellite that they were using to take data couldn't detect the blue wavelengths of light. So as the light went out of their detectable range, they wouldn't have seen it, they wouldn't have detected it, and they would have overall detected less light. But in reality, what they actually saw, what they actually found, was that light brightness increased regardless, as well as the geographic distribution of lighted areas, which shows that the problem of light pollution is just getting worse. This is an interesting problem. It's unintuitive to the layman how damaging it is, because of how benign it seems, but it's undeniable that it has a profound effect. It's just one more angle to the technological sophistication of the human species. It's one more facet of the dramatic change we're making to this planet that we will have to address sooner or later.